warning. I'm not going to give a trigger warning because I respect that you're an adult and you can make decisions for yourself. Today we're going to look at a video of a police shooting that happened in 2018, but the body cam footage was recently released. Some bleep was jaywalking and he had to be put down. Actually, the situation was they got a call, a guy was chucking rocks. Yeah, he was throwing rocks at passing cars in Northern California, a place called Danville. So the cop gets called and he's like, hey dude, guy, you can't do that. Anyway, this guy deserves an award. The award is for man with zero fucks to give. Not the bleep, the cop. I mean, this bleep picked the wrong cop to pull an attitude with. Check this out.
Hey buddy, come here for me real quick. Come here. Come here.
No. He said, no. Hey buddy, come here. No. And also, broham, that's not a crosswalk. Are you just following the white checkered line? Like, what are you doing? So, no respect for authority. The guy's clearly troubled, probably has a whole host of problems, and this cop don't give a shit because this cop cares about his life, his family. He ain't going out like this.
Come here, you.
Who are you?
You're jaywalking now.
Who are you?
Get over here.
What country is this?
Someone, I need cover. Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
We're not playing this game, dude.
Why did I play this game either?
You're jaywalking, you're throwing rocks.
Who are you?
Officer Hall at the Danville
Yeah,
Police.
from where?
Come
Authority
over
of what?
here.
Authority of
Come
what?
on
No,
over
don't fucking touch me.
Dude, come
touch
on.
me and see what's up. Touch me and see what's up.
Drop the knife.
No.
Drop the knife.
Kill me.
Drop the knife.
Ask, and you shall receive. Kill me? Bang. We're not doing this. We're not playing this game. It's over. You have a problem with that? Anyone out there have a problem with what you just saw? Now, this guy pulled the knife out. Clearly he wanted to die by cop. That's a suicide by cop. I mean, it's stupid enough what he was doing. A, throwing rocks at cars. B, not admitting he was caught, not respecting what the cop was saying to him, evading the cop, and then pulling an attitude with the cop, and then pulling a knife on the cop. And he pulled the knife and then he took a couple steps forward. Small steps, but he moved forward. Now, was he holding the knife up in an imminent, dangerous way? Not yet, but this cop was right next to him. And we've done studies, and it's been proven that you are well within the danger zone if you're as close as this cop is to a guy with a knife. So you're in mortal peril, and the situation can change rapidly. He takes 2 little steps towards you, and then a big step, and then boom. You know, they got that fast twitch muscle fiber, remember. Gotta be on the lookout for that. So this cop knows he has the authority to kill this dude. He's not gonna enter into a knife fight with some psycho. Guy says, kill me. He goes, touch me and find out, shit like that. He's like, okay, fuck you, dude. Bang. And then the sound effect he makes after, priceless.
See what's up. Touch me and see what's up.
Drop the knife.
No.
Drop the knife.
Kill me.
Drop the knife.
Almost sounds like cars going around the corner in F1. Or maybe it's NASCAR. It sounds like me when I come.
Someone, shots fired. You're jaywalking, you're throwing rocks.
Who are you?
Officer Hall at the Danville
Yeah,
Police.
from where?
Come
Authority
over
of
here.
what? Authority of
Come
what?
on
No,
over
don't
here.
fucking touch me.
Dude, come
touch
on.
me and see what's up. Touch me and see what's up.
Drop the knife.
No.
Drop the knife.
Kill me.
Drop the knife.
Oh shit, I just noticed that he was pointing center mass, but it looks like the cop pointed up at his head last second. It looks like he went for the headshot. Yeah, I'm feeling headshot on that. And he went down like his brainstem got ruptured and dropped like a sack of potatoes. Now, this case is kind of interesting as a case study because his name was like Tyrell or something. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Tyrell Wilson. And so what you will find here is that this is a case that could be inflamed. Now, even though it's an old case, this body cam footage is new, and all the grifters and race vultures, they know that all you have to do is play the same notes and churn up the same outrage, and you get clicks, you get money, you get righteousness and virtue signal points. And so it doesn't even matter, like, yet again, a guy, a black, he's committed crimes, he resists arrest, pulls a knife on cops. It's like a non-story, but the hashtag exists, and it's only a matter of time. Like, if the mainstream news runs with this, then it's game on, then it's gonna filter through the regressive media. Some guy says, it took 31 seconds from Officer Andrew Hall to go from saying, hey buddy, to shooting Tyrell Wilson in the street. Well, what happened in between? I wonder what happened in between hey buddy and Rachel Swan has the story about the chilling new video and the officer now charged in a different shooting in it. Okay, so that officer got caught up in some other shooting. Body cam footage is released of officer fatally shooting 32-year-old Tyrell Wilson for jaywalking with a knife in his hand in California. It wasn't really about the jaywalking, but I like how you slipped in the jaywalking. Had actually nothing to do with the jaywalking. And that's World Star Hip Hop. And then, oh my God, you want to find a rabbit hole? Look at this. Something named Christina Didoardo, probably not her real name. She, and I use that loosely, is a lawyer from San Francisco. And she says, it's going down tonight in Oakland. Dante Wright, Donovan Lynch, Tyrell Wilson, fuck 12. And here's a picture. Abolish the police, and they've burned something down. And there's an upside down flag. Justice for Dante Wright, Donovan Lynch, Tyrell Wilson, and every other unarmed black person murdered by police. Oscar Grant Plaza, Friday, April 16th, 8 p.m. Mask up. Bring a crew. Fuck 12. You want to see who that soldier is? That hardcore motherfucker? It's that. That's not Photoshop. That. So I guess we're looking at some sort of a trans dude. And they're wearing a, what is that, a communist cap? Nice beret, agate. And it says over 21, you're over 50. Radical lawyer, author of Lanza's Mob, The Mafia in San Francisco, Bane of Fash, proud Canadian. Amazing. Ashamed American. Oh, she, her. Not really. Pull your pants down and let me judge you on that. Ich bin Antifa. So I am Antifa? Right. So this is a open domestic terrorist, psychologically diseased, ugly bitch. And I say bitch to respect her gender identity. I mean, go look through that timeline. It's amazing. Let me see if I can show you a couple pictures. So she's like outing cops. She's like, look, doxing these cops. Here we go. And there she is in her Antifa mask with purple hair. And she owns cats. Don't fuck with cats or the black bloc, because she is there waiting for you. So when the Civil War gets going, be ready to be staring down the barrel of something like that. I'm ready. How about you?
Someone, shots fired. Hey, buddy, come here for me real quick. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Who are you?
You're jaywalking now.
Who are you?
Get over here.
What company is this?
Someone, I need cover. Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
We're not playing this game, dude.
Why don't I play this game either?
You're jaywalking, you're throwing rocks.
Who are you?
Officer Hall at the Danville
Yeah,
Police.
from where?
Come
Authority
over
of what?
here.
Authority of
Come
what?
on
No,
over here.
don't fucking touch me.
Dude, come
touch
on.
me and see what's up. Touch me and see what's up.
Drop the knife.
No.
Drop the knife.
Kill me.
Drop the knife. Someone, shots fired.
Yeah, and the only question I would have with this encounter, and in all seriousness, if there is a point to be had here, it would be, I don't think he needed to walk up on the guy, so he could have maintained distance and continued to try to give him verbal commands. So when he went up onto the guy, it was dangerous for him, which leads to the second point, which is, where is his partner? Because this is my ignorance, but I would have thought that cops should work in pairs. You often see them in pairs. I don't know how those rules change from city to city, but in most places, cops roll in a pack or twos, at least. And there's a good reason for that, because if you're just one guy, you're less effective. You're more open to being attacked yourself and overpowered. Two cops, I mean, it's obvious. It gives you the ability to detain, especially a single person, way easier. The other cop has your back. Two better than one. So I don't understand why you have just one cop rolling in and trying to make an arrest. I mean, you see he calls for backup, but he doesn't wait for the backup to arrive, and he just engages. So that would be my criticism. Maybe someone out there can break it down for me, explain it to me. But we're living in a messed up time. To end here really quickly, I'd just like to give you a statement that was written by a cop fan of mine who has recently quit. And here is his statement as he quit. He calls it the death of policing in America. After a 10-year career, I have finally decided to call it quits and leave policing. This was an exceedingly difficult decision for me because being a police officer is all I have ever wanted to be. Most of my adult life has been in the law enforcement profession. What else can I do? I don't know. I am walking away with no other careers in mind. This decision was made for my mental health and for the sake of my family. Being an officer is hard enough experiencing and witnessing the things on the job. We see the worst side of human beings daily. We see homicides, suicides, gory crime scenes, dead children, and hear violent sexual assault stories. We see the worst day in your life every day. 40 hours a week for almost 30 years. This job is not easy to handle mentally, much less with the overreaction from the media and activists. This job has become so unbearable that most of the officers on my department are planning an exit strategy sooner rather than later. I have never seen morale this low. This exodus of officers, I fear, is beyond repair. This slippery slope started at Ferguson, Missouri. The media's reaction to it dumped gasoline on the fire. They were quick to judge Officer Darren Wilson guilty in the court of public opinion, prior to even knowing the facts of the case. By painting the guilt of Officer Wilson before his due process caused the riots. They made it so anything but a guilty verdict was tantamount to corruption and a cover-up. This kind of media coverage became standard for officer-involved shootings, but only if it was a white officer and black suspect. This media bias has done nothing but hinder our ability to safely do our jobs. It has become more and more frequent when we have a rowdy crowd that gathers on a scene. This prevents officers from being able to focus on the call they are on due to having to also watch the crowd. This behavior of individuals refusing to cooperate with police or trying to interfere with an ongoing investigation in which they are not involved puts that individual at risk because they can be seen as a potential threat. It is disturbing that these kinds of actions are tolerated and encouraged by the media and politicians. More so, these same media pundits, journalists, and politicians are all guarded. These privileged people are the most uneducated on policing, especially in high crime areas. I worked in a very high crime area and have spoken with many residents who have asked why they can't have more police in their area. The good, decent, and hardworking people in these impoverished areas appreciate the police trying to stem crime. They want us making stops and getting guns off the street so they or a loved one does not get hit in the crossfire. The problem is that we have fewer and fewer qualified applicants to fill our vacancies. When I tested for my agency in 2013, there were nearly 300 applicants. At our last test, there was around 50. No one wants to be the police anymore. If you are smart enough or talented enough to do something else, why wouldn't you? Today, most of the applicants just see it as a job with benefits and do not care about being the police. Over the last few years, it's been really scary to see some of the people who have passed through field training and are working patrol. They are so bad that had they gone through the program when I did, they would have been washed out. But now, they're passing almost everyone just because they need the numbers and bodies on the street. Due to the fear of being the next sacrificial lamb, many officers decided it was safer to just sit until they were dispatched to a call and avoid proactive patrolling. The fear and apprehensiveness of police to do their job as trained has only resulted in a drastic increase in crime across the country. It has also driven good and experienced officers to other states that are more friendly toward police, or to leave the profession entirely. Almost all the veteran officers I have spoken with have told me that they are leaving and doing something else as soon as they get to their 20-year mark for their pension. The result of this imaginary problem of systemic police misconduct is going to become an actual problem. By driving out all the good officers and having veteran officers retire early, all you are left with are the people that cannot leave due to being close to retirement, and the officers that cannot go anywhere else. This will leave very few experienced officers to be able to train new recruits how to do their job effectively. There will be inexperienced officers that cannot do the job training new recruits. It is going to be the blind leading the blind. Due to this, I predict a dramatic increase in officers using force unnecessarily in the future because they have not been trained adequately and do not know how to do the job. I hope I am wrong about the future of this country, but I see it more and more likely that things will only get much worse. The police are the only thing that stands between order and chaos. The police are the ones everyone calls when they are in danger or in need. The police are the ones that will scour the city when your child goes missing. The police are the ones that will provide life-saving aid. The police are the ones that will run toward the gunfire while everyone is running away. The police are the ones you will call when you have the worst experience of your life. The police go to thousands of calls for service over their career and never ask for congratulations or praise. All we want now is to be treated equally and fairly as an individual. For all the officers out there that are sticking to it, I commend you. I wish you the best of luck and hope you stay safe and make it home after every shift. This is the end of the road for me, however. I did the best I could and always tried to help people when I could. I am proud of the things that I have done during my career, and I'm even more proud of the outstanding officers and leaders that I worked with and for. My only hope is that the pendulum starts to swing back in our favor before there are no more real police left. So that is a sign of the times. Put a pin in that, register that, consider that. Consider the net effect of all this gaslighting and race baiting. The cops were never our enemies. There was never a big problem in policing. Not even close. They're essential, they're heroic, and we should all bend a knee and lick their boots like we're a soy-filled white cuck licking the boot of a black Hebrew Israelite. Okay, actually, don't do either of those. But show some respect, bare minimum. Long live the cops, and sayonara to Tyrell Wilson.